Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you and your loved ones are taking care the best that you can. Hopefully, you guys had a fantastic week. It is Friday, which means that here on my cozy little corner of YouTube, we are going to be doing Freeform Fridays. So, if you guys don't know what Freeform Fridays are, let me fill you in real quick. So, Freeform Fridays are a every Friday segment on my channel that is an open collab for me and you guys. So, if you're watching this, you are welcome to participate in it. If you would like to participate in it, the email that you can send your freeform crochet scrumbles to is in the description box below. It is novagnomecreations@gmail.com, and you just put Freeform Fridays in the subject line. What Freeform Fridays are is every Friday I am doing a kind of prompt or theme or suggestion for something to kind of get you going with making some freeform crochet. So, for example, we have done in the past, as part of Freeform Fridays, where I would roll a die and then each number on that die correlated to a color. And then that week would be whatever the die chose, whatever it landed on, that would be the color that would be your prompt. Now, what that means is you do not have to make your scrumble that color, but you can, if you want to, you can use it as an inspiration point for you in any way that you want to. So you don't have to do it in some specific way, but some ideas for using that example are like you might start your scrumble with that color. That was the inspiration point. Or you might make your scrumble out of only that color, but various shades, various types of yarn, different thicknesses of yarn, different textures of yarn. That's what I like to do. When I'm using a color as a prompt, I will purposely pick out like a big handful of types of yarn to try to challenge myself to incorporate that are in that color spectrum. So I might be like, okay, the color is orange. I'm going to pick out a furry orange yarn. I'm going to pick out a chenille or a velvet yarn. I'm going to pick out a 3-weight yarn. I'm going to pick out a 4-weight yarn. And they're all going to be different. They're going to be different shades. Maybe one of them's variegated orange. That's kind of what I like to do with mine. But you could incorporate the color or whatever, however you wanted as your inspiration. And the concept is just to give you somewhere to start when you're formulating your freeform, because making a freeform scrumble is so open. You can use any yarn you want, any weight of yarn, any texture of yarn, any color of yarn. You can make any shape you want with your freeform. You can make any combination of stitches with your freeform. There are no rules when it comes to freeform crochet. The fun of it all is just to sit down and let your hook go. Whatever comes out is what is your freeform crochet. So typically, if you don't know what a scrumble is, typically in my mind, a freeform crochet scrumble is a self-contained smaller piece of freeform crochet. That might be this big, that might be this big. It can be whatever you want, but the concept is this is a piece that you may or may not put together with other pieces to create a larger project at a later date. So you might make all of these scrumbles and then put them all together to make a shawl. You might put them all together to make a bag. You could do literally anything, like anything that you can make, like in crochet or sewing or really anything at all, you could do with freeform crochet. You could make a table runner or a tablecloth. You could make a scarf. When you make scrumbles, basically you're just making smaller pieces that you can, if you choose to, connect together and make a larger project. So that's what freeform crochet is. That's what scrumbles are. And that is what Freeform Fridays are. Right now for the current month, which is September, we just started September. I went ahead and set a theme that's going to be for all 4 Fridays in September, and that theme is Halloween. So last month I did the same. I set like a theme for the month, which was autumnal. So each week my theme, which was, like I said, I don't want to say theme, I'm using that loosely, prompt, idea, starting point, something to get your brain kind of thinking, was autumnal. So this month is Halloween. Every Friday this month will be Halloween. So if you'd like to send in a scrumble and you would like to use Halloween as a prompt, you can. If you don't want to use Halloween as a prompt, you can still send in your scrumble. This is just a suggestion and, something to kind of get your ideas going. It doesn't mean you have to do it. Okay, guys, are you ready to see my scrumble for week 1 of September? Here it is. I made a little scrumble, and I think all of my scrumbles this month are going to be pretty small because I have an idea for a project. I actually have a couple of ideas for small Halloween themed projects, but I'm really thinking that next month I would like to make a Halloween themed project with my scrumbles. So I'm going to probably be doing smaller scrumbles. And I purposely am using scraps. So this was made with scrap yarns from my 100 Days of Halloween squares. So you guys have been seeing me working with these yarns actually. The purple, the yellow, the gray, this other kind of burgundy color. Those were all from squares. And then this blue was just from my scrap bin. And I just, went crazy with it. Did weird shapes, did surface crochet, did bobbles, sewed this on, or did I crochet around it? Oh no, I crocheted around it. So you can see the back to kind of get a little bit of an idea of like how I connected things. And I did surface stitching here and here, just kind of went with it and did whatever, and this is what came out. And I really, really like this one. If you know Pokemon, like more recent Pokemon, for some reason this one gives me Bella Bolt vibes. But yeah, that was what I did for my little scrumble this week. And I did sparkly yarns. They're all sparkly other than the blue, but like it still gives me Halloween vibes even with the blue. So I think that scrumbles are also a really great way to use scrap yarn. Definitely recommend trying making scrumbles with scrap yarn. Scrumbles with scrap yarn. Say that 3 times fast. Scrumbles, scrap yarn, scrumbles, scrap yarn, scrumbles, scrap yarn. And that can also be a really good inspiration point for you, especially if you've got small scraps. That's my favorite thing to do with scrumbles is like have like smaller scraps. Like those ones that you're like, what else am I going to do with this? I can only make like 10 stitches. Perfect. Even like, the surface crochet barely takes any at all if you're just doing like a little surface crochet. It's perfect for just like little scraps that you have. That can definitely be a great inspiration point, and I might even make that next month's theme, like as our prompt point is scraps. I think so. I know we're like way ahead of the game on that. And then I wanted to show you guys, this is what I'm keeping my little scrumbles in since I'm making small scrumbles for my Halloween themed project. I've got this, what's it say? Psychic of Salem, Tarot Horoscopes. This is actually a box. And it's got like a little pretend bookmark and all this stuff. Cute. My sister gave this to me when I got here. I'm going to keep all of my scrumbles in here and then come up with some kind of fun Halloween themed project. I am not sure if anyone sent in scrumbles this week. I think that they might not have, which I totally get why. And the reason would be because I just moved and I have been very, very, very busy. And I think that people probably assumed I wouldn't be doing Freeform Friday this week, but I prepared and I made that scrumble before I left, which is why I was able to use my scrap bin because I don't have my scraps with me. But I'm currently creating more scraps because I'm working on squares for my 100 Days of Halloween squares. But I don't think anyone sent any in unless I get some like tonight, because I'm literally filming this like in the middle of the night on Thursday. If I do, they will be included. If I don't, that is totally fine. You can send them in for next week. You can always send in your freeform crochet, even if you like skip a week or you accidentally didn't do it, or if you join in and you want to go back and like do the other weeks, that can like build you up a nice like freeform scrumble stash. You can send those in as you do them, and then they will always just get put into the next Freeform Friday video. So don't forget to send them in if you do make any. I would absolutely love to see them, but no pressure, of course. If you want to share them, you do not have to, though. I know some people are just like, you know, kind of trying it out and maybe they're not comfortable with sharing, but this is a like place for people of all skill levels. Do not feel like you can't share here. If you make a scrumple, even if you're a complete newbie to crocheting, you are welcome to share it with me and share it, and I'll share it in the community with Freeform Friday videos, do a little montage. And then I always ask that people leave kind comments if they would like to about some of the scrumbles that get sent in. And we do not tolerate like negative comments and bullying here, so never have to worry about that here. Anyways, guys, if you want to hear a little update on like how I'm doing, how the move's going and everything, I am going to be putting out a yarn haul that I actually filmed right before this, and that is going to be coming out next week. I'm trying to do a little bit of batch recording. When I put up the yarn haul, there is a big update in there, like nothing crazy, just like a lot of rambling. So I say big because it is a lot of rambling, of an update of like what's going on, how the move is going and everything, like what's going on as far as that stuff goes. So kind of like lifey vlog update in a yarn haul. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed Freeform Fridays, and I will see you again real soon. Mwah! I love you guys so much, and stay safe. Bye, guys.